Dr. P. Ilanjaran is a well-experienced shrimp farmer and farm opinion leader. He holds a doctorate in fishery science. He operates a hatchery and has expertise in eco-friendly and sustainable shrimp farming. In partnership with ICAR-CIBA, he has been popularizing better management practices for shrimp farming in India.
Good evening, everybody. My collaboration with the CIBA started in way back Vanami pilot project starting 2004 onwards. I started doing this thing with, after all my experience in the field, in different farming setup, and then in the pilot project from BMR and my own farming experiences. So whatever the difficulties I have come across and how we can go about it in the future in a better way, that is my presentation, it will be there. So why, it was, still now the WSS is the major disease affecting. After that, vibriosis is there. Then after that, in off late, we have come across with the EHP and white gut disease, white fecal matter and lucial. These are all the major disease affecting the system. And the last year, if you see, lot of problems in the market, and then very low selling price, repetitive crop failure, and we could not even grow more than 10 gram in 3 successive crops. So white gut, white mussel and lucial EHP is the major problem. The virulence is kept on increasing batch after batch. Many farms experienced low growth for the past 4 years, and 2 to 3 gram in 60 days, not even 10 gram in 100 days. In this winter also, we have seen very severe growth retardation, even without EHP infection. Say farmer ended up with a heavy FCR, and even for 50 count, the FCR is 2, 40 count it is 2.5 to 3 or more. Many ponds are kept idle, particularly in some of the corporate farms, we are thinking of trying to lease out or going for a crop off. After ponds are getting affected, even 15 to 20 days, repeated failures, farmers are going out, and then the system is like this now, it is looking very bleak. But with our experiences, whatever the hurdles we have seen, we have found out in the techniques, and then how we can go in a standard SOPs, whatever we are doing, and that I am proposing it here. Here, the no compromise in pond preparation. Here, with the major farming area in Andhra Pradesh, what we are doing, and we started learning from our mistake. Now people are reduced the crop period. Now the gap is being increased between the crop. It is at minimum 3 weeks between the crop. If the previous crop failed, at least 2-month gap has to be given. If 2 successive crops failed, at least we are allowed to take a crop holiday. If the sufficient gap when we are giving, it is giving the soil for the reconditioning. When the soil reconditioning takes place, in the next crop, we have not seen any running mortality syndrome. The slow growth continuously persists in 2-3 successive crops. So what we are doing, we are scraping off some 2 inch of soil from the top of the pond and taking away from the pond and then refilling if it was required with the fresh soil. The same soil can be recycled every crop after. So when we are removing the top soil, the next cycle we are seeing the better performance, if provided we go with the better seed quality. Once in a year, the bund repair has to be done. The compacting is very important. The most of the coastal zone is of sandy soil, and if you are not doing it, if the one pond goes, the next, and when the entire pond is getting affected one by one, that is we are reporting. Suppose 10 ponds from a pond, one pond goes, another 3 weeks time, entire farm is getting vanished. So the crop fencing, the crop fencing and the bird fencing is very important. In most of the packet, the farming is going very smooth. Even with the crop fencing, bird fencing is not there. The infection level spreading by birds is making a havoc in the coastal district. So this is very, very important. Particularly in Tamil Nadu, few packets, the kites will come. Kite cannot be scare away. So we'll have to be very careful. If you are having a proper bird fencing, we can save a lot of farming area. So maintaining a proper slope and erecting central drain canal, and a lot of small farms which are recently coming out, we are already erecting with central drain. So crop fencing, bird fencing is mandatory. All biosecurity measures in place like tire dip, foot dip, hand wash, etc. has to be maintained. Every farm can afford a DO meter and pH meter and salinity meter now. It is all in very affordable price. It is available. Once in a 2 week, all parameters has to be checked, and then this can be taken, help with the production people, technical expert, even CIBA scientists. So clear and turbid water in the initially has to be taken, and minimum three set of filters, 80p, 60p and 40p will have to maintain. If you are maintaining, we can bring down the chlorination cost, and we can allow 1 day for the settlement. And then bleaching, generally we recommend 150 kg per acre, 1 meter. It comes about a 5 ppm active chlorine. This is taken care with a less production cost. After 24 hours, dechlorination started with the aeration. And then in case of seed selection, we are, the traditional test still we are following it, like, testing for formalin and with the salinity stress test gives a better quality seed. After that, that has to be taken for all the identified pathogens like MBV, WSSV, IHNV and EHP. Bigger PLs always giving better performance. Salinity reduction has to be taken properly. And of late, PL 15 to 20, small farmers are taking it and getting very good performances. So bloom development has to be in very eco-friendly way. Any probiotic, apply probiotics before any other application. So what we are finding, when we are checking with the laboratory, after dechlorination, immediately what is coming out is only the Vibrio population. So the probiotic has to be given the first application before any other fertilizer application. After that, you can go for organic juices, cow dung, and then, generally based on our earlier report, green water, stable bloom in the first month, and then with the copepod in the pond, always gives better performance, giving better immunity against the present disease conditions. Probiotic, before stocking 1 or 2 application is must, and it is very important. Once in 3 to 4 days, effectively. Manufacturers generally, they recommend once in 10 days or once in 15 days. That is not showing much efficacy. So based on our field experience, every 3rd day or 4th day we are doing that is giving very good performances. And then, feed probiotic and vitamin C, it is very important. From the beginning, if you are doing, definitely it will have immune enhancement in this production. That's what feeding and a lot of things already I have done. I just went to the operational cost, I put in this, you can see the seed cost I have given 60 paise, including the transport in terms of other state away from Chennai coast, even including the freight cost. And the feed cost also I have taken a bit, 80 rupees, even with the course with the credit system. And then it comes about 85. Sometime back, soy feed people were telling 230 to 250 rupees. With all our excess also, still we can produce about 280 rupees per kg production. This is the production cost. And if it's for 1 acre workout, it will be like this. It's about 2 ton production. Even if you go for, see the present condition, we can go with 1.3, 1.4 FCR for 40 count. But still, 1.8 FCR, it is about 3,600 kg. I put a 350 rupees, and then today the price is about 400 rupees for 40 count. The production cost is like this, the profit is like this. Thank you.